Hey everyone, welcome back to Sista Brunch. We're the podcast all about Black women and gender-expansive people thriving in entertainment and media. We are so glad to be here at the Essence Film Festival for our second year in a row. And today we have Ms. Lacye Brown, who actually currently has a podcast, and it's a narrative podcast. So I love this because I think you're our first guest with a narrative podcast. So tell us a little bit about your podcast, Dr. Apples.
Okay, first off, thank you for having me. So Dr. Apples is a fun fictional fantasy folklore about a magical witch doctor, Dr. Apples, who is on the hunt to find his mother who was kidnapped by fairies.
Okay. So fun fantasy. What are those four? Was it 3 Fs, 4 Fs?
Fun, fictional, fantasy, folklore.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And why does that kind of genre appeal to you?
Because it opens up a wide level of exploration, imagination, creativity. I'm not pigeonholed into one place, and I can actually tell the story in multitude of genres. So we have the fictional part, we have the fantasy part, and if you like a little bit of comedy, I got that for you too.
We like a little bit of comedy. What's the age range that this is for?
It's for all age ranges,
Okay.
actually. So it's a variety show. So we have fictional, which is the folklore, is cinematic, theatrical. We play with the sound, auditory, play with your emotions on there. We have story time with Dr. Apples. It's quite comical. We hit you with the gut punches and the comedy and the jokes. It's fun. We have jokes for adults. We have jokes for the kids. We have those, annoying sounds that adults don't like included as well. We have an interview portion where we go over the African American diaspora of Dr. Apples. And we also have game time with Dr. Apples. So it's a zany, jokey, just off-the-wall shenanigans with all the characters of Dr. Apples. So you're introduced to the characters in a multitude of ways.
And you're interested in turning this into, or at least including a visual, kind of some visuals for this. So what would that look like?
So I'm an artist, but I also dabble into stop motion.
Wow.
So I want to include a lot of visuals and add stop motion features into the visual podcast.
Okay, so, and have you started doing the podcast visually, or right now it's just audio?
No, I started. I'm keeping it to myself until we publish it.
Oh, okay. We're not going to cut that. No, we don't. We like to keep that part. No one will know about this. Okay. So one of the things we are implementing this coming season on Sista Brunch is a segment called Let's Talk Tech. And so we want to share some piece of terminology that has to do with either creating the podcast itself or the visuals of the podcast. What is a technical term that you had to learn when you were creating this, that if somebody who doesn't know podcasting or doesn't know filmmaking, they don't know that term?
I am going to take that question and apply it towards writing.
Perfect.
And tell you that you need to know story structure.
Okay.
You also need to know your characters.
Yes. Tell us about story structure. Let's go on that one. So when you say that, give us a little more details, or even use your podcast as an example of what you knew about story structure.
Okay. So for the variety show, we have the folklore version, which is fantasy, is serious tone, and you want to end with a cliffhanger. That's important so that
they come back for more. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The dialogue has to have a purpose. That's for anything. The dialogue needs a purpose. The pacing needs to be there as well. So we don't need to spend 5 minutes on a pretty rose.
Because what does that tell us? How does this advance the story forward, right? Okay. Unless the rose starts talking. I feel like in yours it's possible because you have all these different options. So
Thank you.
I love it. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. And we also want to talk about financials because we find also with Black women filmmakers, gender expansive filmmakers, we don't talk enough about the fundraising aspect or the budget aspect. So how do you run your podcast? Do you have funding for it, or do you have funding for the visual version? And can you talk ballpark budget, and how do you raise funds?
Budget is key. You need to educate yourself on the budget. You need to know. Story time portion, I have voice actors. For the folklore, I'm the main narrator, and I have a couple of voice actors. But it will get costly if you are not educated and you don't keep record of it. It's important to minimize costs. I pay for my own things. So.
And are you open to talking about even a ballpark of like per episode cost?
So for Storytime with Dr. Apples, minus Adobe Audition and all the annual subscriptions, it depends. It depends on how long your episode is. The first episode of the Storytime with Dr. Apples, that ranged around $250 because I am already familiar with the voiceover actors and I didn't need that many. If I need to add more actors into it later, I may hire them for episode 5 and then give them another line for episode 1.
So you said about $250 per episode. That's just even a great number to have in our heads. Of course, it varies widely, but it's always nice to kind of get a sense of, all right, this is what these episodes cost for this. Thank you for that. What is your biggest dream for Dr. Apples?
I want all of you human beings with eyeballs and ears to know about him. That's my dream. I also want you to learn the lessons and just be entertained. A lot of things, we get a lot of stories and narratives. I just want you to be able to relate and just enjoy yourself. Something that you, your family, your friends can enjoy on a car ride.
Beautiful. Lacye Brown, thank you so much for being on Sista Brunch. We have a gift for you, a Sista Brunch swag bag. There are Black-owned business products in here, so wear it proudly. We are so proud that you will be carrying around our bag, and we will be following Dr. Apples and all of your successes as well. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lacye Brown, and I am the creator of the Dr. Apples podcast, and you are listening to Sista Brunch.